it's Amy here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you guys my review and some swatches of the brand new NYX Ultimate Shadow Palettes that came out earlier last week from Ulta, and they released 4 different palettes. They have a Smokey and Highlight, which is what this one is. So there is what the beautiful colors look like. And I did pick up 3 of them. So this one is the Cool Neutrals palette. And then the last one I picked up is the Warm Neutrals palette. And then the 4th one was this really bright, colorful palette, which I did not pick up because I didn't want to pick it up just to review and then return it. But that one had like all kinds of crazy, bright, vivid rainbow colors. And I didn't feel like I needed it because I already have the limited edition from the holidays, the Kat Von D Lido Loca palette, or whatever that one is that I showed in my palette collection that is like a whole spectrum of rainbow colors. Because I had that, I didn't feel like I needed these, but let me tell you what they say on the website. They are available at Ulta. I have not seen them in stores. It doesn't even have like a find in store option yet, so I ordered mine online, and at the moment they were, it looks like maybe they're already gone. They were buy one get one 50% off because they do retail for $18 and you get 16 little pans in here. And just so you guys know, there's 16 pans in here that are 0.83 grams each. So they do retail for $18, but it was buy one get one half off, so I got one for $9. So it was a really great deal, and it just says NYX Cosmetics Warm Neutrals is at least the one that I'm on. Shadow palette features 16 expertly coordinated eyeshadows housed in one perfectly portable palette. Now I will say NYX definitely did a really good job of coordinating these palettes and giving really nice, beautiful colors to create matte looks, to create shimmer looks, to create combo looks, and then you get 16 different shades mixed with matte and shimmer for $18. That is really, really travel friendly. I love the front of it that you can see all the colors within there. Now granted, like all of NYX products, because they are drugstore, this is just like a cheap plastic, but not a huge deal. I will say this one, which is the Warm Neutrals, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, has 7 shimmer shades. The rest are neutral. Out of the Cool Neutrals palette, this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, only 5 shimmer shades. So the Cool Neutrals has much more matte shades in it. And then the Smokey and Highlight one has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This one has 9. So definitely the Smokey and Highlight has the most shimmers, of like about half of them. The Warm Neutrals has about 6 or 7, and then the Cool Tone has the most mattes in the palette. So I won't swatch all of them for you, honestly, because this video would be too stinking long to do 16 in here, 16 in here, and 16 in the other palette. Like way too long for you guys, but I will definitely swatch about 6 out of each palette just to give you guys an idea. But to tell you about the quality, I'm impressed with the quality. I think they're just as good as some of their other NYX palettes out there. I really enjoyed the Avant Pop palettes, and so I'd say the quality is very, very similar to those, where they're definitely not the most creamy, buttery formula you've ever worked with. You got to remember they're drugstore, and so you got to get enough bang for your buck, but for the cheap cost. And so I do like the quality of them. They do have like a stiffer texture to them, but they build really, really nicely. So they're not going to be swatches where you just need one swatch and they're beautiful and pigmented and like insane right away. They definitely take a couple more layers, but they build very, very easily, which is what I like. At least for drugstore, they're great quality and they build very nicely. The mattes are really pigmented and nice. I'd say that they don't swatch quite as strongly as they apply. They actually do, which is really nice, apply to the skin better than they swatch. So I'm really impressed by them. When I get to the Cool Neutrals palette, there's definitely one shade in here that's a dupe for many, many Makeup Geek and MAC pigments and colors out there, so I will mention that. So overall, I do like the quality of them. They're very similar to other NYX products, and so let me get to swatching them for you. The first one I'm gonna swatch for you, which let me give you a close-up. So here is a close-up of the Smokey and Highlight palette and some of the beautiful kind of like more jewel-toned colors and cool colors that they have in this palette. I will swatch some of them. I have primed my hand with a Tarte BB primer, just so you guys know. And I will swatch for you some of my favorite colors. Now, they don't have names, obviously, so the one I'm swatching is this like bronzy color right there. This one I will say is very pigmented, really nice color. One swatch is really nice, but let me show you 2 how they build up really nicely. So there you go. Just a really nice shimmer color. Let me show you this purple shade right next to it right here. I don't mean to be flicking you off. Here is like this burgundy shade right there. There was the bronzy shade. So you see how like one swipe is not like the best ultimate most pigmented swatch ever, but I will show you how they swatch and build really nicely. like they start to become really more pigmented after like the second or third layer. So the first layer is not bad, but the second and third get a lot better. So just know that they're very, very buildable, which makes it really easy. I do have a look on my eyes right now. I think I use the Warm Neutrals palette, so just so you guys know, it was very easy to build. I used my MAC 242 flat shader brush with these shimmery shades. They worked great. The matte shades were very, very easy to blend and had really nice pigmentation. So let me show you like this matte brown color right here. See, this is what it looks like. Much more pigmented, really nice. There it is. So that was one swatch. Let me show you another and see how much more pigmented it is just after a second layer. So easily buildable. I love that. I mean, if you're gonna have something that doesn't have like one swipe strength, but within 2 or 3 swatches, it's really good, I'm okay with that from the drugstore. I think that's a really good quality. So let's swatch one more. Let's do this really fun green shade down here. Actually, this is only 4, so I owe you 1 more. Owe you 2 more. I said 6, didn't I? Yeah. So I owe you 2 more. So there is that green shade. So let me wipe my fingers off. And let's go into like this champagne color right here. And then let's do the black. I'm curious how good of a black it is. I think it's pretty good. So now, I guess I'm gonna have to start going right here. Here is that champagne-y color. Kind of hard to see at first. Let's go another layer. So there it is. Pretty nice. It'll look much better on the skin. Like I said, a lot of them swatch a lot better on the eyes. So the black is not super intense. Not the best black, but let's see if we can build it up really nicely, because I have a feeling we can. Yeah. So there is the black once it's built up really nice. So you guys can see, like, they build up very nicely. So this one was the 4 swatches plus these 2 swatches from the Smokey and Highlight palette. Again, really beautiful colors in here. So let's move on. I would definitely use a primer with these because of the pigmentation. Like I said, you need to layer them. I would definitely use a primer just for 1, that they adhere to the skin better, and 2, that they help to make the colors really build and last longer as well. So let me go ahead and prime my hand again for the next swatches. And the next one I'm going to do is the Warm palette, which is what I have on my eyelids right now. So let me show you this one up close. Here is what it looks like. So here it is. This is probably my favorite one out of it. Such beautiful, fun colors. Very, very wearable, really pretty. So I'm going to go ahead and swatch this shade right here, which is what I have all over the lid. And then I will go ahead, it's kind of hard to get your fingers in here. I will swatch the kind of more coppery shade right underneath it. So there are those 2 shades. There we go. See, the shimmer shades in this palette get much better, I think. So let's do another layer. There we go. Really nice pigmentation on the second layer on those. So let's also do, since this one has mostly matte colors, let's do, I guess, 1 more shimmer shade right over here, which is kind of a golden shade. And then I did use this darker brown shade, so we will try those. So let's see. There is that golden shade, and then here is that brown shade. This one's a little bit more pigmented than that other palette. Let's do another layer. There you go. And I will say also, I did not have a ton of problem with fallout at these palettes. Even though they are a little bit stiffer and harder in there and not quite as buttery, I don't have a lot of fallout with them or a lot of kick up either. So I was really impressed by that. So there are those 4 shades. And let's go ahead and do 2 more. Let's see, let's go this kind of a brown shade down here, and then this one, because I want to show you the matte shades as well. So we've kind of got some brown shades. So there was 1 swatch of those 2 shades, and then here is the second one. There we go. So really nice, again, on the second layer. So there was the Warm Neutrals palette. Okay, so the last palette I'm going to show you, and I've already gone ahead and primed my hand again, is the Cool Neutrals palette. Here's what it looks like up close. Some really nice light matte shades up here, and then some really cool toned fun colors down here. Like that purple shade is really fun. So let's go ahead and swatch the purple shade. And then I'm also going to swatch this kind of like mauve-y purple shade. So let's do that. So there are what those looked like, again, swatched one time. Let's swatch a second time. Beautiful colors. Now I will say that this palette is a little bit patchier than the other two, but again, they're really easily buildable and blendable. So by the second or third layer, that's gone, and they're just like a really nice smooth finish. I'm also going to swatch this one right next to it, which is kind of a very light purple sparkly shade. And then I'll go ahead and swatch this mauve color down here. Let's see. This one's really hard to tell, but there was that light purple, and then here was that. This one has a lot of purples in it. There's like a purpley brown shade. I will swatch it for a second time. There we go. Beautiful cool tone purple colors. And so now for the last two, I do want to mention one of them that I think is a dupe for a lot of colors that people are always looking for. There's a Makeup Geek foiled eyeshadow that has kind of like this duochromed, like brownish, bluish, green shade. There's a Color Pop. I can't remember the name of that one. I'll link them down below, which ones I'm talking about. I know for sure MAC Club is similar to this, and MAC Blue Green Pigment is very similar to that one. So this is a dupe for a lot of items if you guys are looking for that and really enjoy this palette. And then on top of it, you get this great color that a lot of people are always looking for. I think that is awesome. So let me swatch that one for you. You see how it's got this like brownish green blue duochrome effect to it. Really, really pretty. So let me show you a second swatch and even intensify it even more. It's amazing. This is one of those really fun colors that you can put under a black base. It's gonna look different under a blue base. It's different, green, purple, you name it, and it changes like the duochrome effect. Really cool, and I think the quality is really amazing for that one. That's an amazing color in this palette. So now the last one I will swatch will be like this sparkly black brown shade right here. I want to swatch that one. Let's see. I'll swatch it right here, because this one's a really nice black. Like that's a really good black on its own, and it's got really finely milled sparkles in it. And I will go one more time. And look how it really intensifies, and it looks really, really nice. So there were all of the colors that I swatched from this palette. Again, I will leave a link down below of the ones I'm talking about as a dupe for this one, or that this one's a dupe for, because I think that's a really cool color on its own. So again, there was the cool neutrals palette where you get some really nice purples in it, and like some really purpley lilac like browns and like shimmer shades. A really cool palette. This one might be my favorite too. I really like that one. So overall, I would say the quality of these are on par with other NYX products. They're not obviously the most buttery, creamy formula, but you don't get kick up with them and you don't get a lot of fallout. I think they build nicely. I think if they didn't build, then I'd be a little concerned, because they're not a one swatch amazing pigmentation kind of palette, but they build incredibly. So if you are attracted to these colors and want to pick them up and already like NYX products, I think you would really enjoy these. They're so easy to work with, they blend well, they build well, and I'm just overall impressed and so happy with them. They're affordable price. They're very, very travel friendly. You get 16 shades in them, so there's like so many different looks you can create, and because about half are matte and half are shimmer, there's a lot of different looks you can create with them as well. So overall, I'm really impressed and really, really have been enjoying these over the last week. And I hope you guys enjoyed this review and found it helpful. And if you did, give this video a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe so you can stay tuned to all my upcoming videos. And also let me know if you guys want to see a look with any of these palettes as well. I did put one in my Shop My Stash this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys very soon.